Hey everybody, this is Perch. Let's go directly to the mailbag because it's always good to, see what people are writing in. Um, Dear Perch, and Perch is in quotes. I always like it when people do that. It's like they're kind of calling me on like if that is your real name. Yeah, it's not my real name. Yeah, no shit. Dear Perch, I want to add, by the way, in this email that after every return is the BR hashtag. From basically old school HTML pages. So that's a quaint flashback, the BR hashtag. Dear Perch, BR. First of all, let me tell you, you're one of a kind. Well, that's nice. It's hard to impress me because I have seen a lot in my career as a professional hacker, but now I am really impressed. I will get straight to the point. Listen to me carefully. Several months ago, I was able to hack your operating system and gain full access to all your devices and accounts, including messengers, social media profiles, etc. This mail is starting to remind me of a previous mail, but let's see where it all goes. I hope now you begin to get my message. It goes without saying I gained access to what you type via keylogger. Well, thanks. Thank you, person who codes, knows keylogger. I always like it when these emails like try and throw in some technology. Thanks to APIs, I was able to connect to things. You're like, okay, cool. That's you are a winner. All right, let's see what let's see what they've done with old keylogger. They've gained I've gained access to your internet activity and webcam streaming. I think I know where this is going. All this is possible due to your frequent visits to adult websites infected with harmful malware. Shit. They got me. In other words, you were under my microscope for many days like some kind of little bug. Like some kind of little bug, like an ant? I don't know. The only difference is that unlike you, there is no bug in the world who like to watch pervert porn. I don't know. Have you met some of those Japanese bugs? I don't know. I think they do. Yes, you understand it right. There was a lot of BRs there for like dramatic effect, I think, by the way. I didn't read that part out. I was able to see everything on your screen and record video and audio streams of your camera and microphone. All of these records are currently securely saved on my storage as well as a backup copy. If it's securely saved in your storage, why do you need a backup copy? Like I mean, are you like you're thinking like, just so you know, you can't hack me back, Perch. Okay, sure. Okay, confidential information contained in emails and vital messages. That's great. Potentially, you are wondering why your antivirus and spyware defender software allowed me to do all this. I'm sorry, but it's a very stupid question. All antivirus programs turned to useless shit quite a long time ago. I like that. I like the arrogance of this thing. It's kind of all right. Anyway, okay. Brag. What is it they caught me doing? I don't know. Let's cut to the chase. Using your recordings, I made a video compilation. I probably had better editing than what I do on my channel. That's for sure. Which shows the left side of the controversial porn scenes you are happily masturbating to. Okay, for what's on the right side? On the right side, it demonstrates the video you're watching at that moment. Oh no. I like how it's sadly, I know this is a scam because when I masturbate, it's angry. It's only angry masturbating in the Perch household. There's no happy masturbating. Anyway, all right. There are only 48 hours left since the moment you received this email. Oh, shit. All right, this email was sent to me in February 1st. All right, well, I'm truly fucked, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guess what? They can take all my chat history. All right, blah, 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 blah. You are sick fucking love with freaky adult content, but you are not mentally retarded. Well, that's nice of you. So I would like to believe you do not want this to happen, right? Only the stupid men in the world would be happy if their friends, loved ones, and colleagues suddenly knew something like this. In other words, there is no way back. I own you. I'll be a reasonable guy. Here is your salvation. Transfer the Bitcoin equivalent of 12,080 US dollars to my BitCount account. 12,080. And then there's a link here about how to Google this process in case you don't know how to do that. This is a very both rude, sarcastic, and helpful hacker. All right, how are we ending this mail? It says, believe me, I'm always one step ahead of you, so no way in hell you could fool me. Ooh. If I discover you shared this message with others, I will send and publish your videos in no time. P.S. It's in your power to make it nice for both of us. All right. I don't know what. How does it make it nice for me if I'm being extorted? All right. Well, there you go. Freaky adult content. And that's a shame. So it's believe it or not, I'm going to find a way to turn this into comics. And where I'm going to go with this is the world of scams. So we're more than halfway through the video length, but I want to talk about scams for a moment, comics, because like this, you know, I'm curious if does anybody send money to this person? Like nobody is falling for this, right? I hope. Anyway, plus, I mean, my other thing is, look, publish that video. Like, I promise you, when people get a look at the long quote, Perch quote dong, I'm not going to be embarrassed. Anyway, scams exist everywhere. They certainly exist in comics. To me, scams are not scams. That's a different video. Scams are things like when you see the solicitation and the people who are writing it who are being paid to, market the comic to retailers so they will in turn buy it and try to promote it to you, the customer. This is a case where, the solicitation will do things like artist TBD, or in some cases, and, I had a horrible argument with a guy from Marvel over this. Once upon a time, and I swear up and down this is true, Marvel would put artists in the solicitations who they knew were not going to actually be doing the book. It was a complete lie. They wouldn't go over the top. They didn't have like this issue of, Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel will be drawn by Jim Lee. They weren't doing stuff like that, but it was like they'd take a comic where you had a popular artist, like Nick Klein is doing something for Thor, and they would just keep Nick Klein listed as the artist, even when they knew that this issue Nick Klein wasn't going to do and it was going to go to somebody else. They've done that. They do that many times. That's a scam. To me, that's a scam. I think in the world of indies and crowdfunding, and I think we just got to call it what it is, if you promote a comic book and you raise money for it, and then, years go by and you've never delivered it, that's a scam. I'm sorry, it is. It doesn't work. I've seen people do the argument of, well, great art takes time, and would you rather have bad art? Yeah, I think I'd rather have bad art. Rather than wait, years past when the product was supposed to be delivered, I'll take the bad art. Fuck it. Because if you think about other businesses, it's pretty common that, if basically you're not going to shut things down. So if you're not getting what you need in terms of the creative or the merchandise or the product, you're in a grocery store and, you're hoping to sell strawberries and there are no strawberries, you're going to go find cherries or peaches or apricots or whatever the fuck you're going to do. You're not just going to open up your store and be like, hey, this giant hole where there's fruit. We just don't have fruit today because fuck it. I was waiting for strawberries. Strawberries didn't come, so we're not even going to offer anything. No, of course not. Well, with comics, it's similar. If you advertise something, and this goes for the mainstream, it goes for crowdfunding, it goes for everything. If you advertise something and you say, this comic is coming in December, and then, that December rolls around and it's not available and it doesn't show up, there's a little bit of a grace period, you slips to January. Okay, still disappointing, still not entirely professional, but you could deal with it. But if it's like, look, you look at stuff like The Authority, not The Authority, The Ultimates when it came out. And I think Brian Hitch got behind and the thing got really, really late. You have these things where issues come out like months after they're advertised. And in a lot of cases, the comic companies do know this. The solicitation for final order cutoff and everything is coming like 2 to 3 months in advance of it hitting the store, sometimes less. At that point, the comic company knows whether it's off track or not. Just like the crowdfunded person who raises money for their comic knows that when they put the campaign ends in April, and they have drawn 0 pages of the 64 pages, and it's March 15th, you know you're not going to make it. That'd be the time that a good, honest, person with integrity would start putting things into the campaign going, hey, as we close this thing out, just so you know, I've run into delays, and we're not going to ship immediately like I had promised. Like, just be honest. What amazes me in all forms, the mainstream, indies, crowdfunding, all of those different groups, one thing a lot of them have in common is there is a big talk track or a big narrative around, we care about our customers. Marvel regularly says this. We care about the customers. The customers are king. We're doing it for you, the fans. Cool. And then when they do things like put the wrong artist on the book or, miss their release date by months or any number of those things, it's showing that you don't care about the fans, not nearly as much as you're claiming. Same thing goes for the indies. The indies who do you don't want to go to the mainstream. Let us tell you a story with this creative team, and then you fuck it all up and you ship a year later or that kind of stuff. That's a scam. Same thing with crowdfunding. You collect the money, years go by, you haven't ever delivered. Look, I don't know which suckers are buying we got to wait for quality. Yeah, not really. You wait a little bit for quality, but you also just got to get after your ass and get the book done. So those are all, in my mind, comic book scams, and to me, they're as distasteful and stupid as the guy who wrote the mail telling me that he recorded my freaky web behavior. So, with my happily masturbating, I'm picturing like Mickey Mouse, like, and then masturbating while you're doing a little jig. Yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway, Hawk Todd, spit on that thing, I guess. Thanks for listening.